Hey y'all, it's Joanna, and I love to DIY on a budget and make beautiful home decor. And if you like to sew, then catch me on Saturdays. Now, let's get crafty. Okay, y'all, it's day 8, and it's a farmhouse Christmas kind of day. So, the host is Brenda with Rustic and Lace DIY, and also KRISTA at KRISTA's Crafty Life. Y'all, we are moving through this quickly. I'm telling you, it don't seem like it, but we are. So, their description or their channels will be in my description box along with the whole playlist for day 8. Watch it and be inspired. Now, let's craft. All right, so I've got these wood rounds from Walmart, and I'm gonna paint them with plaster. And then I have my decals I bought off Amazon. Okay, I already painted these. I had a set that I already painted, so that was fast. So I'm just gonna pick out decals that will fit. Okay, they have to fit my wood round, right? So I'm just gonna get my decals. I'm gonna cut out the ones that fit, and then I'm gonna place them on my wood rounds. And if you're familiar with these rub-on transfers, that you just put them on there and then you get a stick or whatever. Some of them come with sticks, some of them don't. A popsicle stick is good. I prefer the pink tool from the Dollar Tree, the pink pokey tool. I'm using a craft stick here to show you that it will work, but I like the pink pokey tool. And all you do is rub until a lot of them change color. These are excellent, excellent transfers. They did come available again. I'll have them linked in my description box. I mean, on my Amazon store, not my description box. My whole store is in my description box. But anything that's hanging over on these, I'm just going to sand them off. And I'm going to put one on each one of these. And y'all, I'm letting you know, wipe them off. Because that chalk paint leaves a chalky feeling. So if you wipe them with a good clean rag, it'll take it off. So remember when you take them off to use the side that it came from and burnish it down because it helps it stick better. So I've got all of them done, and I did 2 sets because I'm like, why do I need these cow transfers? So I just went ahead and did 2 sets. I hope I can sell them. But anyway, I'm going to take this Ultra Matte Mod Podge and go over every one of them. And y'all, I noticed on the back that they had writing. So I've got this scrap vinyl from the wall vinyl from Dollar Tree. So I am just going to take the pieces that I have, peel it back. I'm going to stick these down on there, and I will cut them out and then sand off any excess around the edges. Now, when you put these on here, you want to scrape them. I used a brayer the first time, but if you take a credit card or a Cricut scraper, silhouette scraper, whatever, it seals that vinyl down a whole lot better. And that way, when you sand it off, I'm cutting off excess here, but then when you sand it off, it sands off, that was disgusting. I was totally, I don't know what I was saying with that, but anyway, you just go in a downward motion, y'all know how you do, and get I almost said get the sandpaper off, get that stuff off of there, make it nice. Yeah, look at that. I'm going to do all of them like that. So I did all of them like that. Now I'm going to take my crocodile. Now, if you don't have a crocodile, you could take a piece of string and just glue it on the back. That's fine. But I'm going to take a crocodile, and I'm taking my smallest one, and I'm going to put a small hole in there. And when these have a setting on them, so I'm going to go down and see how far. That way they're all the same. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that black thing down, and then I'm going to punch all my soles the whole pane. Or punch them all the same. Yeah, now I'm taking that fuzzy distressed oxide that you couldn't see, which is vintage photo, and I'm going to go all around my rounds with my finger dauber, and then I'm going to go over it a little bit to blend that in. These are so gorgeous when I'm done. I'm not kidding. If you get a little too heavy, just take a paper towel, dry paper towel. Because if you use a wet one, you're going to smear brown everywhere. Take a dry paper towel and just rub it, okay? But I'm going to do all these, and then the other ones I just went around the edge. Now I'm going to take a piece of jute, and this is the big jute from Walmart, okay? And I'm going to go around every single one of these. And I'm telling you, time consuming, Oh, you bet your booty it was. I put it on one of these mats. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. You can get mats at Walmart, baking mats, whatever, silicone mat. It works great. So I'm just going to put it on there and then smush it up around. Now, if you put too much glue, it'll smush around to the back or the front, but you could peel it off. But anyway, this just makes it easier. So, yeah, I'm going to go around every one of these. That took all day. All day. I'm at the last minute doing this, y'all, because it took all day. So now I've got these strings that I got from something else. You just use twine. It's thin burlap twine. And I'm going to tie a knot in it. And then I'm going to take that tool. Thank you so much, Kathy Joe. It's just a piece of wire bent. Floral wire bent. It's a needle. It works wonderful. Or a makeshift needle. And then I'm going to put my things in there. And then I'm going to take my lighter. And I'm going to burn them hairs off that twine. I don't like hairy twine. I don't know about it. But anyway, so I do that to everyone, and there they are. Beautiful, ain't they? They did so beautiful. I love it. Okay, now for this one. Oh my goodness. This is a chicken can. Okay, and I sanded around my chicken can after I cleaned it to make this paint stick. Now, to make this paint stick, you can wipe it with vinegar. That will help. But I'm just going to take Waverly's plaster, if I can get it open, and I'm going to take my sponge dauber and I'm going to just pounce all the way around this because that makes the paint adhere, and it also will give it a little texture that I like. So I give it 2 coats of that, and then I drew my goofy looking face on. Now I'm going to take a marker and I'm going to outline my face. And the reason I'm doing this is because my surface is bumpy, okay? So if I start using paint, I'm afraid that it's going to mess up. So I'm going to put this on there, and if you mess up, just go over it with your paint. But I'm going to draw my face on, and then I'm going to color in the blacks of my eyes. Okay, once I got them, I had to go over it again. I messed it. I jacked it up. I mean, it was bad. But I'm going to take my ink chalk paint. You can take any black paint. You can do this with paint pens if you don't want to paint it. My paint pens never work half the time, and then it takes forever to dry. So I'm just taking this chalk paint. It dries like super fast. And I'm going to paint my black spots in, and then I'm not painting that mouth, but I'm going to take orange and I'm going to paint my carrot nose there. So now I've got a thin little brush. I mean, it's like super thin. And I'm going to take and barely touch my white paint. And I am going to color in the bottoms of the eyes here. And y'all had to do this all over again. And you'll see why later, but I had to do this all over again. So I'm going to put my dots in my eyes and just, make it where it looks, I'm going to doodle with the thing and make it look better. That's what I'm going to do. So I put my dots in my eyes, and then I'm going to go up the side, dot, and I'm going to do it again, dot, just, yeah. And then I messed up and put that there. I had to paint over that black. I didn't like that when I got it there. I'm like, well, hot dog. So now I'm going to take my white, and I'm going to go around my nose. Now, I got a little carried away with my white. I'm not going to play because it got a little fat sometimes. So I took my orange, and I just painted back over the white. So anytime you mess up, you just take the paint and just go back over it and redo it. It's wonderful. Painting is wonderful. If you can always correct your mistakes most time. If you can't, just, good Lord, sand it all off and do it again. It's pain in the booty, but let me go. Okay, so I got my face the way I wanted, I think. I don't know. And I'm going to take this light pink bubblegum looking distressed oxide, and I'm going to put some cheeks on. Well, it was cute, but you can't see them. So I end up going and getting a little darker distressed oxide, and I'm trying to get it out. And I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to touch it. Okay, I'm just tapping, and I'm going to rub it in the middle. Now you see those cheeks, don't you? Look at that. I have to put those back on later too, and I'll tell you why. But I just went over them a little bit with the pink and lightened them up a little bit because they really was pink. So anyways, now that I got that done, I am still putting that stuff away. Oh, I'm taking my vintage photo, and I am going to grunge it, okay? So I'm gonna get me a little bit, and I'm using I'm not using the finger dauber. I'm taking my makeup brush, this makeup brush, but it's a blending brush, and I'm just gonna rub it all around the top edge a latte and around the bottom edge a latte, because that's where it'd be dirty most. You know, I think, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't really have a dirty can laying around. But anyway, well, unless I make a dirty can, then I have a dirty can laying around. But anywho, yeah. So once I get that done, I'm going to take this, look at that. I'm using one of those brushes from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to flick. This is my Made stain. And all it is watered down burnt umber and a little bit of black. And I'm just going to splatter dots all over that. Not too heavy, just a little bit. And they end up going away too. Y'all, I don't know. Ain't it cute? Oh, it's cute. So I'm going to go over the whole can with Mod Podge and seal all this. No, I'm not. Not yet. I'm taking Mod Podge and I'm going around the can. Now I've got cinnamon here. I'm going to put some rust on this can. That's what I'm doing. I forgot I rusted my can. Then I put Mod Podge all around the can. Then I had to put the cheeks back on and white the eyes again because it all turned brown. That's what I was going to tell you. It all turned brown. So I got this rusty wire. I almost forgot I had this. I sure did. Almost forgot. But I'm going to take this rusty wire and I'm going to use it for a handle. So I'm going to run it around this brush, and I'm just going to maneuver this until I like it. And I'm going to cut a piece off, but I got to get it all even. And that stuff's nasty, but I got to get it even here. Okay, so I got it the way I want it, and I'm going to take my crocodile, and I thought that I was just going to punch holes in here. If you don't, you can drill them with a drill bit, but I couldn't get it to go. So what I got to do is I got to get my needle nose there and pinch that so that I can get my crocodile on there, you know, down in there to pinch it or cut a hole in it. So once I get that done, I'm using the smaller one because this wire is not that big, so I don't need a big gaping hole. So I'm going to wiggle it down in there and just punch it. These crocodiles are awesome. I have one linked in my Amazon store. If you want to get one, you can check that out. But anyway, I'm just going to punch my holes in here. And then when I get my holes punched, it looks like I'm going slow as I don't know what. And I've got this thing sped up, y'all. I'm going to poke my wire from the inside to the outside. Okay. And then I'm going to take my, yep, I'm poking it in. So I'm going to take my needle nose and I'm going to curl that around. And then I'm going to bend it up. And that way it holds right on there. So I'm going to judge where I need it, or I think I need it, cut my extra wire off, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side and then bend it up. Now, when you get it on there, to keep your handle from going back and forth, you have to pinch it out and into each other. See, like that right there. And that way it won't go nowhere. That's so cute. So now I'm going to take a piece of this rag. And I'm going to, you see my peppermints in there? I forgot I put peppermints in it. So I'm going to take a piece of this rag and I'm going to cut it. And I thought it was too fat and I should have kept it like that. So I pull it off and I get a skinnier strand and I put it on. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't like it. So I took it off and retied it. You'll see that in a minute. Boy, my head is red. I must have blood pressure problems. But anyway, I'm going to take this piece of muslin and I'm going to go over this piece of burlap I found and smush that down in there. And then I'm just going to cut around this and I'm going to make me a tag. And I'm going to hang it off of this just because it adds a little more something to it. So I'm just trimming this up the way I like it. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it's a whole lot cuter. And I was going to put a rusty bell on it, but I forgot when I was doing this. So anyway, I'm going to take just a felt tip marker and I'm going to write Sweet Winter on here. Okay, so here's where I tied this on and then I didn't like it. So I fiddled with it a minute and that's when I decided I didn't like it. It was too skinny. And I thought, this is silly. So I untie it and then I fold it in half, okay? So you really don't need that long of a strip, but you need it a little thicker. So I tied it in half and then I'm going to tie it in one Just tie it on one little right there. And then I'm going to cut that end right there and fray it. And I'm say right there a lot right now. But anyway, now I'm going to take a rusty pin that I rusted, and I'm going to stick it through here, and then I'm going to stick it to the little thing here. And I was going to put the bell on the rusty pin, and I totally forgot, but it didn't need it anyway. So I'm going to fiddle with this because I couldn't see it when I got it on there. And I'll show you in the final reveal. Okay, here is everything. Look at these little guys. Ain't they so stinking cute? And if this don't scream farmhouse, nothing does. Oh my goodness. How gorgeous are they? Time consuming, but they're pretty. And look at this little guy. He's so cute. There's the tag I made. And it is so stinking cute. Tell me what y'all think. I love them. But y'all gotta tell me what you think. Okay, if y'all are sticking around for the song, God bless you. If not, y'all are a blessing. I'll catch you tomorrow, Lord willing. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 decoupage napkins, 7 jars of Mod Podge, 6 pack of bobbins, 5 seam rippers, 4 yards of fabric, 3 pairs of scissors, 2 packs of needles, and a brand new sewing machine. Y'all are a blessing. I truly love y'all. Y'all are loving this song. It cracks me up. I'm totally overwhelmed. I'll catch y'all next time, Lord willing. Goodbye.